Then at one point, I saw Dramalog. Of course, we were looking at Dramalog. Every Wednesday we buy a Dramalog, but we saw Hunter, Schwarzenegger, Robert Davis, Joel Silver, John Martinian, 20th Century Fox. Because later on, they changed the name. They put Predator. But at the time, it was Hunter at first. So, and then I look at it and they say 6'2", very muscular, very acrobatic, and the face, we see half of the face, the other half is going to be different. It's supposed to be extraterrestrial. That's the first idea they had. Then Jean-Claude turned the page. I say, hold on, why? I say, why you turn the page? I say, I'm not 6'2". I say, you're not 6'2", but look what they say. Muscular, you are muscular. Acrobatic, you are acrobatic, because he did some ballet also. The ballet dancing helped him to be, nice, have a nice movement, acrobatic. So and with martial arts also, he learned also different acrobatic things, like 10 guys, one next to the other one, right? And he was jumping and going to, Jean-Claude was very acrobatic.
Sure.
So basically, I convinced him. We go. Then when we arrived there, we were the last. I remember Joel Silver comes out, Robert Davis. At first, I didn't know them. It's after I knew who was who. Jean-Claude was with a leotard, because he always trained with leotard, right? And I told him, put the leotard, show you like that, because when you put clothes on, you don't see anything. So leotard, like he trains all the time. Your clothing of training, military jacket, green military jacket. He always had that green military jacket. And then he saw him, right? I heard like over 800 people.
Wow.
For the casting to be inside that alien. So thank God when they came out, they were not happy. So I believe they didn't find anybody, right? And they saw Jean-Claude. Okay. So went in. Big place, right? Empty. John McTiernan talked to Jean-Claude and says, imagine it's a jungle. I want you to be like a felon, I remember. Like a tiger. Just go. Move. I want you to jump and give me some acrobatic things. But I always had something with Jean-Claude, because like every human being, you need motivation, That's why a coach is very important. Anyway, so I was a thing with him is like when he do interview, I will look at them. He doesn't need to look at them. They don't need to look at me. They look at him, right? But you need to look at me. If I do this, the reaction is very good. But if I do this, the reaction is bad. The thing is, I never do this. I just tell him. So basically, he goes and do his things, right? He does all that. But cold. He was not in it. I see them kind of, I said, I go right away like this, They love what they're watching, right? But not the case. He changed. Jean-Claude was like that. Little bit of motivation, that's it. He turned on somebody else. And then he started some unbelievable things. And then they say, okay, come. So, so they say, you're going to Puerto Vallarta. And before they finish, Jean-Claude said, yeah, but what about my friend, about me, And he comes with you, no problem. But first, Boss Film, Marina del Rey. That's a place where they were doing all those special effects. And I saw and I recognized some things of some horror movies. So once we arrived there, Richard coming. Thank God he was a nice guy. John McTiernan say, hey, boxer, champion, his friend, and they're with you. John McTiernan was in a hurry. He left. John McTiernan, the director, which I didn't know at that time he was the director. He had like a jeans, like a, he was like a really, his clothing, not shaving. He was like, I said, maybe just, Even he talked to him about the scene and all that, but I didn't realize he was the director. The director, just thought he was like something like someone working the casting.
Mm-hmm.
And then Richard say to us, look at Jean-Claude and say, okay, did you do already some mole in your face? Did you do some cast before? First, he showed a statuette. Statuette means the alien, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do with the one you saw in Predator. It was something else, right? Very impressive. I think you have some pictures with that.
Yeah, they've been some online, sure.
But you see me there with him helping.
Oh, with you helping him. Yeah, that's a cool picture.
Yeah. Anyway, before that, before we arrived there, I remember we did that. We met again Tyrone Pork, and we did the part in breakdance. We did all that, okay, as extra part, and we were so happy already. Anyway, in Belgium, when they saw us in breakdance, they said, "Oh my God, they made it." That's extra part, but they were already impressed. So imagine when we did those movies like Bloodsport, Kickboxer.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway, Richard shows that Jean-Claude was pissed. He looked at me because he thought he will have half of the face, like he was written in Dramalog. And they said, no, they changed. It's going to be in the neck of the animal, and then like a metal here with the face of the alien. So, and then also the mole, we need to put all the, plaster, like liquid, and then just a little hole here to be able to breathe. And then Jean-Claude didn't like it. And Richard saw that. And I was like, oh, fuck. I said, I'm sorry, Richard. Can I have just one moment? Richard said, yeah, okay, no problem. Sweet guy. So I go on the side with Jean-Claude. I said, what are you doing? He said, well, I am claustrophobic, and, I cannot handle that. And they're lying. They said half of the face is going to be real. The other face, no, it's the whole thing. We're not even going to see me. And I said, Jean-Claude, let me see what I can do, just slowly. Okay, let me see. What about if we do half of the face? And then like that, you can see. I mean, come on, it's important, brother. I say, Schwarzenegger, 20th Century Fox, look at my money. My money is coming down, brother. I mean, we need that money. They given us like $300 each every day. So we cannot spit on that. I said, we cannot spit on that. It's like $600. 300 for him, 300 for me every day.
Wow.
I mean, come on, brother. What are you doing? Yeah, but I am claustrophobic. But let me see what I can do. Let's see if we can do half. And then you see half. Yeah, he says half. It's good. It's okay. He says, okay. So I go to Richard. When I give him the idea, he says, listen, let's forget about it. Because of course you need the full, what I'm saying? You cannot have half. You can't do that. This prosthetic would not work. So I didn't know that. Anyway, I said, listen, he had a fight in Japan, and he basically got hit in the knee, with a knee hit in here, around here. And I said, but he won the fight. He won the fight. Because Jean-Claude is hearing, so I cannot say he lost the fight. He won the fight. And then 3 days blind. He couldn't see anymore. So he has that's why you need to give me just some time to talk to him, please. Then he was like, I said, yeah, he had really a bad accident, and I need just to talk to him, please. Give me one. He said, okay, one more time, because the guy was busy. He had a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I go to Jean-Claude. I say, Jean-Claude, I say, do you trust me? He says, of course I trust you. I say, listen, you're going to hold my hand while they're going to put that thing on you. I'll be next to you, holding your hand. If everything is okay, just go like this time to time. Just go like this on then I'll know everything is okay. But if it's not okay, quick, go quick. Then I take out everything. He says, he says, okay, there, it's good. He said, that's good. And honestly, I was going to keep my word. I was going to do it. I sit down next to him. They start to put the thing, hold his hand. And those guys were looking. They said, what's wrong with those two, So, and then what happened is he was signed to the hand, my hand, going like this.
Sure.
I didn't understand. It was not this, the card, it was just. Then when we finished, I said, Jean-Claude, what happened? I mean, you hurt my hand, I said, what is it? He said, no, I was feeling good, so I was afraid you take everything out. Basically, at that time, we were supposed to meet two girls in the piano bar on 385 Cienega Drive. Who comes out? Menachem Golan. And we were trying to get hold of him. Nothing.
Hey guys, in the next part of the interview, we're going to talk about how Predator is really related to Bloodsport as far as how Van Damme got the role of Bloodsport. So you probably heard how Van Damme got the role in Bloodsport from Van Damme. You probably heard how he got it from Menachem Golan. You have not heard this much detail anywhere as Mohammed Qissi will tell it. It's crazy. I think he did talk about it in some other interviews, but not in this kind of detail. So, of course, I'm giving you that, man. And there's, of course, a lot more to the whole Predator story as well, because they were filming it for 6 weeks out in Puerto Vallarta, or however you pronounce that place.
Puerto Vallarta.
So we're going to cover that. There's going to be 2 more parts of this segment of the interview. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you got to subscribe. And in the interim, check out this Mohammed Qissi playlist, because there's so many other things that we covered. It's quite something, so subscribe and check out that playlist in the interim to catch up on all the parts you have not yet seen on this amazing interview.